Vocabulary development. That is what we are focusing on today. And yes, I said vocabulary, not vocabulary. Vocabulary and development, not development. Development. Vocabulary development. Why am I talking about phonology when we are discussing a different genre of the English language? Well, I'm very passionate about pronunciation. I believe in always pronouncing words right. So, vocabulary development. What is vocabulary? Simply put, vocabulary refers to the collection of content words in a language. The collection of content words in a language. Content words are those words that carry meaning. In other words, they can be defined, and they are discussed in 4 categories, not categories. Categories: nouns, verbs, adverbs, and adjectives. Every noun, every verb, every adverb, and every adjective can be defined, but not a pronoun, not a conjunction, not an article or determiner, and certain adjuncts. Those ones do not have definable content within them. Since vocabulary, often called at the higher level, the A level, semantics is all about the meanings of words and their contextual applications. Only content words, remember, words that carry meaning or content, can be discussed under vocabulary development. In English vocabulary development, there are 5 subtopics: synonyms, antonyms, hypernyms, hyponyms, and lexical or semantic analogies. Whereas semantic analogies as a topic is discussed at the A level, the others can be discussed at both the O and the A levels. So for a start, we begin with these ones that are down here with us. Synonyms refer to words that are very similar in meaning. Be careful, they are not identical in meaning. There are no 2 English words that mean exactly the same thing. At best, a word is nearest in meaning to another, such that in the absence of word A, word B can be used in its place. No wonder, in any typical examination concerning synonyms, the instruction usually is, from the options lettered A to D below, choose a word, in some cases, or phrase that is nearest in meaning to the one underlined. You will never hear choose a word or phrase that means exactly the same as the one underlined. I am going to substantiate this claim as we progress in this topic. What are synonyms used for? Synonyms are used for the purpose of semantic diversity, which means that according to the various areas of application of English, there are words that suit the descriptions we have in mind. For example, in the vocabulary family, the synonym family of end, E-N-D, there are at least 25 nouns. Did you know? End. In transportation, for instance, the end of a terminal of a bus route is the terminal. The end of one's career is the apogee or apotheosis. The end directly up there above us in the sky is called the zenith, or the acme. Yes, whose opposite, of course, is the nadir, N-A-D-I-R. The end of a play is its epilogue, or denouement or resolution. But there's another end called climax. End may be termination. In fact, death means end, the end of life. There are so many words that mean end. How many of them do you know? So that when you are speaking, if you don't want to use this, you can use that as synonyms. You are not restricted in what you can say in terms of vocabulary application. Excuse me. So today we will begin with synonyms. Synonyms. And then we will move to antonyms. Whereas synonyms refer to words and their family members or their friends. You know what family members do? One can always step in the shoes of another or step in place of another. And friends are supposed to help each other. That's what synonyms do. So this word is lacking, another one takes its place. Antonyms. Antonyms. Words have enemies, just like human beings. Someone who opposes you, who is the opposite of you, is somehow your enemy, your detractor, your antagonist, your adversary. There are 28 nouns in the vocabulary family of enemy. We will go there. So antonyms are words and their enemies. Hot, cold, dark, bright, dazzling, opaque, and so on. How about hyponyms? Hyponyms. Hyponyms. Words have subcategories, more or less like younger siblings. Younger siblings. For instance, something is hot. Hot. When it steps down, it becomes warm. It steps down, it becomes lukewarm. Steps down, you may use room temperature. If you go lower, then it gets cold. If it gets too cold, then it becomes frigid or frozen, right? And so on. Frosty even, Frosty. These are subcategories of that word in itself. How about hyponyms? These are like elder brothers, not senior brothers. Like elder brothers. When something becomes very hot, then it is scalding, as in the case of liquid, scalding water, or blazing, or the sun. We say it is scorching, or radiant, or thermal. It can even be thermonuclear. So we talk of the sun as a thermonuclear furnace, very hot. Hyponyms. What are analogies? Comparisons and contrasts. Comparisons and contrasts. This word in relation to that, they are all discussed under vocabulary development. So we'll start with synonyms. From the options lettered A to D below. From the options lettered A to D below, choose the word that is nearest in meaning to the one underlined. From the options lettered A to D below, choose the word that is nearest in meaning to the one underlined. So this is your test. 1. The play is a vivid reminiscence of life in the 80s. Which of them is synonymous with reminiscence? A. Evocation. B. Convocation. C. Revocation. Or D. Invocation. All of them have vocation. Which of those vocations, in quote, is nearest in meaning to reminiscence? Suffice it to say To know which option is correct, you first have to know the meaning of the underlined word. Otherwise, fa foul. So, what does reminiscence mean? Good news. Soon, when we do semantic inferences, a topic in English called semantic inferences, we will investigate, we will examine 4 ways you can know the meaning of a word you have never seen before. 1, 2, 3, 4 ways. This is a word you've never seen, whether in a dream or in real life. And here it is staring at you. What are 4 ways you can use to know the meaning of such a word? Semantic inferences. But for now, you are on your own. So please check which of them is nearest in meaning to reminiscence. I'll give you 30 seconds or less.